Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar. Presenting for us this time is Lori Gibb, one of our BSAP finalists from Humber College. Hi, Lori, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. So just before we get started, I'd like to let everyone know that if you have any questions during the presentation, just type them into either the chat box or the Q&A box, which are found in your Zoom toolbar, and those questions will be answered after the presentation is finished. Okay, Lori, if you're ready to go, you can start whenever you're ready.
Great. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today to discuss FlyGTA Airlines. Let me start by taking you through the agenda for this webinar. It's always nice to know a little bit about the person who's doing the speaking, so I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself. And the real meat of the presentation is then divided into 3 parts. The 4 C's of FlyGTA to give you a foundational understanding. We'll talk about the company, the concept, the consumer profile, and the service costs. Then we'll look at some of the consumer responses to the service. And in our last section, I'll discuss the versatility of FlyGTA and how travel agents may want to consider fitting it into their customer itineraries, including an emerging travel nation, Canada. So, welcome to me. I've been told that I'm a rare breed. I am a native Torontonian. I grew up in North York, and now I have the pleasure of living near the lake in Etobicoke. I also say that I was born a traveler. True story, I grew up in a family without a car, but from a young age, I always wanted to travel. I even had a small photo album as a kid that was decorated with stickers from cereal boxes with places I wanted to see. And if you see the picture on the far end of your screen, I'm currently part of this amazing group of students studying abroad in France as part of the Humber program. We are staying at this lovely chateau, which has been awesome, but old buildings and Wi-Fi don't always work well together. So I apologize in advance if there are any delays with the slide switching. While here, in addition to studying, I've been spending my weekends traveling to new destinations: Berlin, Madrid, Brussels and Bruges, Zagreb, and just last weekend, Istanbul, which was amazing. My favorite thing to do in a new city is a walking tour for the history and a second one for the food. It's even better when you can combine them together. I am very humbled and honored to be chosen as a representative from Humber College, and I hope you'll enjoy spending the next 15 minutes with me learning about FlyGTA. So let me start with a bold statement. FlyGTA is an innovative, nicheable concept that works for today's market. The presentation will strive to explain this, and I hope that this will be your net takeaway. In more concrete terms, it's an airline that provides short-haul flights out of Billy Bishop Airport to destinations located in the Ontario region. Like many entrepreneurial companies, FlyGTA started with a person and a vision. Chris Naruzzi, the CEO, was the man with the mission to reinvent aviation for a new generation. He started with scenic flights over Toronto and his vision of a short-haul airline. When he partnered with David Nissan, the now COO, and an aviation entrepreneur in his own right, FlyGTA was officially created. Together, they have built and expanded the business, the fleet, and developed an award-winning team. FlyGTA is a company grounded in 3 core values. The first is inventiveness, a pioneering spirit that constantly develops new ideas in new markets. The second, integrity. Respect and transparency are key hallmarks of FlyGTA's beliefs on their drive to give the customers the best experience for the best value. And the third value is compassion. FlyGTA understands that happy employees equal happy customers. So what is the offering? There are 3 main facets to the business. The first is the offer of short-haul scheduled flights to broader or near GTA destinations. The Niagara region is the busiest route, with about 3 to 4 scheduled flights a day return based on the current February schedule. But regularly scheduled flights are also routed for Toronto Waterloo and Toronto Lake Simcoe, and additional routes such as Muskoka and Collingwood are scheduled more seasonally. You can imagine that these are great for summer cottagers, winter skiers, etc. Importantly, though, for the agent community, FlyGTA also offers a number of special interest aerial tours. The Toronto 100-kilometer tour, with or without a CN Tower flyby, Those romantic sunrise or sunset flights, Niagara Falls, including champagne, aerial photography, and even open door flights. These are all sure to appeal to your clientele. But what is really exciting is the ability to fully charter a plane to suit your customers' needs. We'll talk more about the customers in a minute, but for now, think of the possibilities for small groups with golf getaways, corporate retreats to Muskoka, girls' weekends, etc., and how it would be possible to build this into an itinerary. For your information, the fleet today consists of 8 aircraft: Piper Panthers, Gibbs Airvans, and Cessna Conquest 2s. They're all nicely appointed inside with a seating capacity that averages about 8 people. There's also room for luggage on board, so passengers don't have to go and return on the same day. And although FlyGTA is a relatively new company in the aviation world, it has a lot of accumulated experience that's good to know. Most recent statistics count over 63,000 passengers flown on over 35,000 flights. Most of those passengers, about 42,000, have been tourists, which also bodes well for agents, as does the positive consumer response, with over 3,500 five-star reviews. And of course, you'll want to know what this experience will cost. Published pricing is very easy to find on the FlyGTA website, categorized under flights and charters and tours. The commuter type flights have the lowest starting price point at $99 plus HST each way from Toronto to Niagara per person. But as you can see from this screen grab from the website, the price points provide more revenue opportunities with the special aerial tours. The charter flight quotes are by request. You can call via the 1-888 number, email, or use the convenient live chat feature. Remember that FlyGTA will be happy to customize a tour or a destination to match your client's needs. And what you also will have noted is that these different offers have been tailored to appeal to different consumer targets: business, leisure, and leisure. Now, we know that business travel is a major focus for Toronto and the GTA. And of course, for business people, time is money. Based on a recent survey by Glassdoor, the average salary of a VP in Toronto is $157,000 annually. A commute time of 12 minutes, it's almost unbelievable, means that more time on the job and less in transit. And that is efficiency to a corporation. Of course, this segment is primarily serviced through the scheduled commuter flights. The opportunity consumer segment is in the rapidly growing leisure sector. As quoted by Beth Gibson, an experiential travel expert at Avis, the line between business and leisure is increasingly blurry. And there are lots of statistics to back this up. According to Expedia Media Solutions Explore 18 study, the leisure segment has grown 40% over the last 2 years, and 60% of leisure trips now, business trips now qualify as leisure. Since these travelers only tend to stay an extra 1 to 2 days in destination, they want to make the most effective use of their time. Imagine if you only had a short amount of time in the GTA. What would you do? Would you like to visit Niagara Falls? 14 million people do that annually. Or maybe you'd like to spend your downtime at a cottage country resort, perhaps partake in a wine tour. FlyGTA can maximize the leisure traveler's time. Or perhaps this is a group corporate retreat and a chartered flight becomes part of the event. Because what they don't want, those business or leisure travelers, is to spend their time in traffic. And if you're from this area in Canada, you know the struggle is real. Personally, one of my own drives to Niagara took over 4 hours on just a normal sunny day. Now keep thinking, 12 minutes, 12 minutes. But let's leave these travelers and talk about the pure leisure traveler. FlyGTA has offerings that appeal to some of the key growing trends in leisure travel. According to Forbes, one of the top 4 2019 travel trends is the rise of the mini vacation. Travelers are becoming serial short breakers. And whether this is for the increasing popularity of celebration travel for milestones, birthdays, or anniversaries, or the only time I can ever see my friends' getaways, or just a trip to explore a hobby or one of the other big trends, wellness. FlyGTA can be your partner to make these mini breaks easily achievable with less stress on all sides. And of course, the second big trend involves the quest for the Instagram moment, also coined by Forbes as the Insta holiday. In a survey by Schofields, a UK company, 40% of respondents under the age of 33 say Instagrammability is the driving force behind their choice of vacation. This could be for special events or just beautiful vistas like the one you see on your screen. I think an open door flight would also count. And the advantage as a sales agent is that 77% of consumers are willing to pay more for a product that has been personalized in some way to their interests. Now, of course, another important element for travel advisors is the consumer response to the product. I'm very pleased to say that FlyGTA earned the highest honor from TripAdvisor, a Traveler's Choice Award. These awards reflect the best of the best and are selected based on feedback from consumers. Now, earlier I mentioned that FlyGTA has received over 3,500 positive consumer responses, and I just pulled a small selection today that highlights some of the key aspects. On the slide in front of you, these deal more with the difference versus driving, and you'll see comments like easy, stress-free, 12 minutes, etc., and of course, the QEW. And on the second slide, this was really about the references to celebration travel. This was great for my wife's birthday surprise. This is what we did on our wedding anniversary. So you can see how it can appeal across a lot of groups. So now that we've covered the details of the company, I'd like to move on to some opportunity areas for travel agents to use FlyGTA as part of their customers' travel agendas. And as I have been taught, and taught well, I hope, success today really comes from capitalizing on trends and niches. We already reviewed some of the products available from FlyGTA that can do that today, but here we'll talk about some business expanding opportunities. Let's say your focus is inbound tourism. That and the strong appeal of the ice wine industry in Niagara can represent an opportunity to create an experience for your clients to spend a lovely day in the Niagara region, visiting vineyards, sampling, no need to worry about driving, and just generally being immersed in wine culture. Now, the infographic you see on this page is from the Wine Tourism Report in Canada and specifically calls out the Chinese inbound visitor, and the statistics are really quite impressive. And the other thing to think about is that with the travel time reduced for your clients, they will have more time in destination to enjoy additional itinerary items. Again, perhaps this is the opportunity to charter the aircraft and make this a fully customized luxury experience. And if we're going to talk about experiences, we have to talk about one of the other trends, and that's the growth of curated experience. Many of today's travelers don't just want to go somewhere and see the sights. They want an experience. Perhaps it's one that gives them exclusive access, or it's the opportunity to get their hands dirty, or in this case, the opportunity to learn from an expert. TripAdvisor's World Trend Report pegs the growth in this category as upwards of 50%. This curated package from FlyGTA speaks directly to that trend and offers an intimate luxury experience with a top wine critic, including food and tastings where every detail has been carefully crafted. Or perhaps your focus is in the huge wedding business. Today, the trend goes beyond the actual wedding, and we are seeing growth in new sectors. For example, the proposal is growing in importance in its own right and has become its own event. In this case, you can literally take it off the ground and put that proposal right in the sky. Another huge trend in the wedding sector is the growth of staged wedding photography, most often captured before the big day and in the destination or destinations. And this really does also link back to Instagram. Now, a romantic shot at Niagara Falls, or in a vineyard, or in Muskoka, or in really any destination you choose in Ontario is possible and really accessible for your clients with FlyGTA. And the last photo represents a little thank you to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as we are seeing the rise of the engagement moon. Busy wedding planning clients need a break from all the work before the big day, and a short engagement moon is just the answer. This aligns with that mini break holiday trend too. Any or all of these can be great ways to expand your wedding business, and FlyGTA would make an excellent partner with you. And now, I want to discuss an opportunity to capitalize on an emerging travel trend. But first, as always, we must qualify our clients because this experience will not be suitable for all travelers. You may have already guessed, but I'm talking about the boom in cannabis tourism. With the legalization last October in Canada and the soon-to-be retail market in Ontario, we should expect to see growth and continued growth in this sector. This could be a great opportunity for agents and operators to create partnerships for cannabis tours, overnight stays at a farm, cannabis-infused dining occasions, or even just the short curated sampling tours. FlyGTA can be your air travel partner to reach these places. In California, they are realizing the success of this boom, and companies providing this service have been seeing 25% growth in bookings month over month. And the graph you see here on the side is a snapshot from Google Trends, which showcases the increase in searches for cannabis-related travel during the last 12-month period on a worldwide basis. And of course, the picture in the background represents the combination of both cannabis and wine culture, which is also a growth area in California, and there's no reason for it not to be a growth area in Ontario. In summary, I hope that I provided you with enough support to back up the claim that FlyGTA is an innovative, nicheable concept that aligns with today's travel market. It works across categories, it could work across trends, it could work for your clients, and it could help expand your business in many ways. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore GTA, FlyGTA. It really has been my pleasure.
Thank you so much, Lori.
Thank you.
And so again, feel free, everyone, to submit any questions you may have to either the chat box or the Q&A box. Those can both be found in your black Zoom toolbar.
Would you like me to go back to the beginning of the presentation?
No, this is fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Lori. It's Ian Stalker. I work with Dan. How do you think FlyGTA's profile is adequate? Do you think travel agents are aware of them at this point?
I actually don't think they are as aware as they could be. For myself, my personal opinion is that their website could use a little bit more information about what they can offer. And while I did try and I did reach out to the company, I had not yet received some responses. And one of my questions was, how are you currently working with the travel community? But it is a relatively new company, and it would make sense that it might be lower in profile at this time.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So allow another minute or two for people to submit any questions that they may have.
Sure. FlyGTA does have a Facebook page, by the way, and they do post on a somewhat regular schedule. They do have a person on their employment roster in charge of social media as well.
Great, thank you. And I think Ian here at Baxter has another question.
Hi again, Lori. Do you think it would be difficult to convince some people that traveling relatively short distance by plane is practical? You made the case for it, you know, citing lights of heavy traffic and so forth. Do you think that occurs to the average person though?
I think that if you are from the Ontario region and you have exposure with it, you probably understand the travel challenges. Most short haul flights, I think people do have to be led to what the benefit is for saving that time in travel. And that's why some of the packages, when you can build it into a more encompassing, itinerary, and not just talk about, well, I'll get you there in 12 minutes, but I'll get you there in 12 minutes. And this will mean that you can do this, this, or I've booked this entire package, which happens to include a short haul flight. It will be another, wonderful experience that you probably haven't had before. Those might be some techniques. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, I do believe that's it for the questions today, but I would like to thank everyone that attended the webinar today. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day. And Lori, thank you so much for your excellent presentation.
Thank you, Dan. It's really been a pleasure, and I really appreciate your help with the technical side.
Oh, definitely. Happy to help. It's been a pleasure for us too, and I would like to thank you on behalf of Baxter Media for participating in BSAP 2019. We'll be in touch.
Thank you so much. Au revoir.
Take care, Lori. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.